Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today guys, I'm going to be showing you how to make this radar system. Let's get right into it. First thing you're going to want to do is you want to take out your display block. You want to place it roughly in the middle of your property. Next you're going to take out your scale tool and you're going to scale it so it's a 1x1x2. As so. Take out your screwdriver, select it. Make sure that it is additive. This makes so that it will only be activated when the sensors are activated. Next, you're going to take out your timers. Stack it 3 tall, 1, 2, 3, like so. Now, color them whatever color you want your radar. I want mine to be traditional green, so I'm going to color mine green. Next, take out your gate and place it on top. Should look like this. Next, what you're going to want to do is you're going to connect the gate to the timers going down vertically. Make sure that each timer is connected to the display block, but make sure the gate is not. Next, what you're going to want to do is you want to clone it over 14.5 studs. This will be important later. After that, you want to rotate it 180 degrees so that the two prongs are facing towards each other. Next, what you want to do is you want to select one of the towers, clone it over 1 stud, so that there's 3 of them on each side. Repeat this process on the other side. Should look like this. Now what you're going to want to do is you want to take out a block of choice. In this case, I'll be using concrete. You're going to place it roughly in the middle. Now it won't be able to place directly in the middle, so you will have to move it. You'll notice when it's in the middle when both of the lines on either side of the block are symmetrical. Next, what you're going to want to do is you're going to take out your wheel and you're going to place it facing up vertically. Make sure it is not connected to any timers. Now you're going to want to take out another block of choice. In this case, I'll be using concrete again. Place it in the middle. Now what you're going to do is you're going to scale it down so there's only 1 block tall, and you're going to scale it on each side 51 studs. Then what you're going to want to do is you want to select your wheel and block of choice underneath it. Now you're going to move it up a set amount. In this case, I'll be doing 100 because it is easy to remember. Then what you're going to do is you want to get your sensor blocks out. Place it on either end of the beam. Take out your wrench and disconnect it from the wheel. Then scale it 2 studs on either side. Select it with your scale tool. And move it over to the other end. You're going to have to do this. You can place it on the other end. In this case, I'm just going to clone it because I do not want to disconnect it from the wheel yet. Now you're going to select it and connect it to each of the gates. You can check that all 3 gates are connected. When you tap the sensor, they will highlight. Repeat this process on the other side. Next, what you're going to do is you're going to select everything except the wheel and the block of choice above, and you're going to clone it over a set amount. In this case, I'm going to be using 10. Move back to its original position, and then rotate it 7.5 degrees. Clone everything again. Move it a set amount over. Put it back to its original position and rotate it 15 degrees. Now what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to delete all of the beams. Now what you're going to do is you're going to select one of these towers. Make sure that your scale tool has 5 blocks. That'll make sure that you have the whole tower. Clone it over one stud. Repeat this process 3 times. Now what you're going to do is you want to go into the middle piece right here. You're going to want to select that tower. Clone it over twice. It should look like this. Repeat that process on the other side. Once you're done with that, these 2 lines right here should line up like they do. Next, what you're going to do is you're going to select each gate and make sure that they line up with the 2 sensors. Make sure that they connect to both sensors. You can check this by tapping on that gate. Make sure that they connect to both sensors. Repeat this process for 3 times. For the other 2 gates, do the same thing but with the other 2 sensors. Again, you can check by tapping on the gate and make sure that they connect to both sensors. Do this process on the other side. Now what you're going to do is you want to take out your travel tool and you're going to select everything except the wheel and the block of choice above. You're going to clone it over a set amount. In this case, I'll be using 10 again. Revert it to its original position. And then rotate it 30 degrees. Select everything one more time. Clone it over a set amount. Move it back to its original position. Make sure you do not click off, otherwise you will have to restart this step. Rotate it 60 degrees. Make sure you do not click off because we will be cloning this exact segment one more time. Clone it over. Put it to its original position. And then rotate it 60 degrees. This will complete the full circle. What you're going to want to do is want to select your wheel and placeholder block at the top. You're going to move it down 90 studs or right above your radar screen. Next, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take a block of choice. In this case, I'll be using concrete again. And then you're going to scale it 2 blocks. So it's 1 stud past the wheel. Next, what you're going to do is you want to get your sensors out. Place it on the end of that block. Disconnect it from the wheel. Now you're going to scale it out 5 studs, so it's 7 studs wide. Scale it down 5 studs. Scale it up half a stud so it does not touch the ground when you move it down. Now what we're going to do is we're going to clone it 7 times. We're going to move it over 7 studs. 1, 4, 6, and 7. This end right here will be lined up, and you do not want that. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the scaling tool, select the end level sensor, and we are going to move it 2 studs or more backward. This will make sure that it does not interfere with the angle ratings. Now what we're going to do is we are going to connect the gates on the inside to the level rings. For example, right here is level 1 distance ring, so we're going to connect it to the first ring. You can check how many gates you've connected by tapping on the level, and they will highlight. Repeat this process for all of the rings. Once you're done with that, double check that every single ring is connected to the level. Now we are going to move the whole entire screen radar system. Now we're going to select the wheel and the block of choice, and we're going to move it so it's touching the ground. Place a piston right on top of it. Disconnect the piston from the sensor. Move the piston down 0.1 so is it in the wheel. Now we are going to select the level reader beam. We're going to move it down so it is in the piston. It is barely in the piston, which is exactly what we want. Next, you can make sure that the end here is not touching the ground, which it isn't. The end back here is not touching the ground either, exactly what we want. Next, you're going to get your scale tool out. You're going to scale this part up 2 studs, just like that. Next, we're going to take another block of choice. In this case, I'll be using concrete again. And you're going to place it on the end right there. We're going to scale it down past the sensors into the angle reader. I'm going to be scaling it 1 more stud because I'm picky. You do not have to do this. Now what you're going to do is now take another block of choice, place it on the end like that. You want to scale it up to make sure that it is not in the angle sensor block. This will be important later. Now what we'll be doing is we'll be adding the lever system. Get your level out. Place 2 of them down. Make sure that each one is only connected to the wheel and the piston. Should not be connected to both. Select the whole entire beam. Make sure you do not get any of the ankle sensors. Unanchor it. Once you're done with that, you're going to want to save it right here. You do not have to follow these next steps. This is just a demonstration on how to use it. What you're going to do is you're going to click the lever, which pushes up the piston. Come down to the end here, scale this piece down. Click the lever for the piston again. This activates the angle reader, which then combines with the level reader to put on the screen. Put the wheel speed to 0.5 and the wheel torque to max. What you're going to want to do is you want to come over to your radar screen system, Select all timers and gates. Make sure you do not get any of the display blocks. Move them over because we'll be not needing them now. Select them with your screwdriver. Make them transparent and see 100. You will not be able to see them except for the gate tops. This is just to be out of the way. You're going to come over to your actual screen. Select one of the display blocks towards the middle. Put it into that middle circle. Select it with your scale tool. Scale it down on the 0 stud section so it's just barely underneath. Scale it so it covers in all of those little triangles to complete the actual radar screen. Now that you've completed that, you're going to want to take out a block, preferably plastic. Make sure match rotation is on. Place it at the end of the display block. Scale it on 0.1 so it's just barely off the ledge, as so. Scale it so it is only taking up space for the display block. Color it whatever color you colored the timers, aka the color that your radar screen is going to be. Clone it down on 0.1, move it to the other side. Make sure it's off the edge, just like the other one. Copy them over, put them in their original position, rotate them 7.5 degrees. Now what you're going to do is you're going to select one. You are going to clone it down to a reasonable area of where you want your next ring to be. I did forget to clone it, I just moved on this one. Scale the middle piece down so it matches the sides, so it will form a ring. Repeat this process for the other part. Scale that one as well. There's only 3 lines in between, so repeat that on the other side. Scale that one down as well. On the other side to match it. Now what we're going to do is we're going to clone it down to make the next ring. 1, 2, 3, 4. Continues the sequence. Repeat that process for the inner circle. Do this on the other side. Do it for the other ring. Scale it down so it does not overlap. Repeat this process for the inner circle. Do this on the other side as well. Scale them down. Now what you're going to do is you want to take your trowel, select the radar circle bits, make sure you do not tap the display. Do this on both sides. Next, what you're going to do is you're going to clone it over a set amount. In this case, I will be doing 10. Move back to its original position. Rotate it 15 degrees. What you can do is you can either keep copy and pasting this as I will, or you can just keep selecting them all. Do it whatever way you want. Now that you've completed that step, it should look like this, where the circles go in the ring. Next, what you're going to do is you're going to take out plastic, place it in the middle. You're going to scale it down to the middle. In this case, it will not be directly middle, so I'm going to change it to 0.05. And scale it so it's in the middle. Scale it down and make sure that it is the same height. Scale it all the way across because this will be our sectioning. Color it the color of your radar screen. Select it. Clone it over a set amount. Put it to its original position and rotate it so it creates a X. Select both. Clone it over a set amount, and then rotate it again. It should look like this. Now what you're going to do is you're going to select it all. You're going to move it up. In this case, I'll be using 10. Now we are going to take one of the lines, clone it down. You're going to scale it. So that it goes to the top. This will be our radar updating system. We're going to rotate it barely off, just so we can see it better. Then we're going to scale it so it's only half. As close as we can get it. This will eventually be in sync with this arm right here. Now what we're going to do is we're going to scale it up. Make sure it is wider. Now what we're going to do is we are going to clone it over. Clone it back because this will have a different transparency. In this case, I will be doing 20% after rotating it so that it follows the sequence. Make sure it does connect as so. Select it. The second one, make it 20% transparency. Repeat this process and keep increasing the transparency by 20% each time. Clone it over. Rotate it. Move it back so it connects. And change the transparency to 40. Repeat this process until you get 80% transparency. Now that you've done that, it should look like this with it going all the way to the end and fading out. Now what we're going to do is we're going to select the radar updater. You're going to move it down 10. I move it back up 5. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take out our concrete, or our block of choice. Place it down as so. We're going to scale it through. Our piston wheel will be sitting on this. Make sure it is towards the middle. It should be sticking through as so. Now what we're going to do is we're going to place our piston facing up. Make sure it is not connected to any timers. Move it up 0.1 so that it's in the concrete block, just like this. Now what we're going to do is we are going to place a wheel facing up vertically in the bottom of this piston. It will place them like this, so what we're going to do is we're going to move it down and center it best we can. Make sure the piston is showing like so. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take another concrete block, place it at the bottom. This will be our anchor point. Turn the wheel speed to the same as you set the system. In this case, I'll be doing 0.5. Put the piston length to 501. Select everything and turn it unanchored, as well as turning collisions off. Take out a lever. Make sure it is connected to both the piston and the wheel. Set the piston speed to 600. This is the fastest it can go. Now what we're going to do is it should line up just like this. Should not be over the lip there. Put it back down. Now we're going to connect the wheel. Make sure it's not connected to any timers. Now what we're going to do is we're going to disconnect the wheel from the lever. Disconnect the inner display block from the lever as well. And when you click it, it should rotate the radar as so. What we're going to do is we are going to take the lever, connect the wheel, connect the piston to this lever as well, and we're going to delete this lever so that it activates both rotating systems and pushes it up. This is how you turn on your thing once again. Make sure that that lip is out so it does go into the angle reader. Now once you tap it, it will update, and it should match the rotation of the beam. Thank you guys for watching this. In the next part, I will be explaining how it works and slight modifications if you're building this on a bigger scale. If you're building this on a larger scale, you obviously do not want to build this whole circle. What you're going to do is you're going to move the angle sensors towards the inner wheel as so. You're going to want to scale them down. As close as the wheel you can get. You do not want it to touch the wheel, so we're going to set it down. Scale it back by 0.2. Scale it all the way down so it is small, so it is 2 by 2. Repeat this process for all the others. Now that you've completed that, it should look like this with all the little rings surrounding the wheel. What we're going to do is we're going to select the whole entire level beam. We're going to make sure it is anchored. You're going to select the whole entire level beam again, and we're going to move it up. Set amount, in this case I'll be doing 50. What you're going to do is you're going to set your scale to 0.75. You're going to scale the beam so it is thinner, so it does not activate as many of the angle sensors because now they are smaller. With this last bit right here, you can actually delete because we will not be needing that. Scale the beam back. Now what we are going to do is we are also going to scale that part back. Select everything, move it back down to its original position. Now what we're going to do is we are going to take out our trowel. We're going to clone this part right here, move it down. This will be activating our angle sensors. Scale it back so it's not touching the angle sensor, just like this. For use, what you're going to want to do is you're going to make sure that everything is unanchored. Now what we're going to do is we are going to turn it on. You can see that this actually lines up with the radar screen. How it works is the gate is set to AND, so both sensors, the angle detector and the level detector, both have to be activated as so to actually light up the screen display block. It is set on a countdown, so it does last longer, but there is a delay. You can change it to any color you want, and the display screen will be that color. It's really simple of how it actually works. Thank you guys for watching, and let's have a great day.